is that in the sky, Bucky? What is that? Is that a cloud? If it is, Master Bungo, it's moving fast. And against the wind. Sorry, I had to do that. Right, what is up, my friends? Welcome. First of all, apologies. It's been such a long time since I've been physically able to do one of these. I've got a couple of hours now. I thought I'd try and cram one in today because I've got a lot of work to do over the coming week. I don't know how often these are going to be able to be done now, but I will do them when I can until the busyness subsides. Okay, so these are still going ahead. We've got to find out what's going on with Bungo and Bucky, who is the new character who's just been introduced, really. And so that's where we left our intrepid hero. He was at Bree with his newfound companion, Bucky. Now, I'm not going to roll for the scene interrupt or what have you yet against the Chaos Factor. I'm going to do that when we leave, because this is something I want to do first, because I've been rolling off camera in the meantime on the Mythic variations. Very good if you're into Mythic for your solo games. Very good to use that as well. So just want to get it in there. No sponsorship at all. But anyway, so what has happened? They went through the gates of Bree because they had Bill the pony. He was making a big huge noise. They got out of there, and they quickly looked to find the dwarves. No sign of them. Nothing. What is going on here? Okay, so that's weird. Anyway, so what they decided to do is they decided to spend the entire day searching for tracks and looking for Bungo's friends. Now, during the course of this, obviously they tell each other about themselves. Bucky, and I've got his a little bit of background about him here. So he was raised on the coast of Gondor near Dol Amroth. Bucky wanted to be a man of arms since the first time he saw the prince's knights riding past in the morning sunlight. Under the tutelage of a friendly noble who saw something noteworthy in the determined young man, Bucky trained for several years, honing the skills that would one day allow him to fight on behalf of Gondor. He hopes one day to display the skill and honor necessary to become one of the Knights of Dol Amroth. So, a very valuable comrade for Bungo to find, and it was a good call for the dwarves to ask him to go in and find someone, because we rolled him completely randomly. Could have been anybody. Could have been horrible, could have been friendly. That's the beauty of randomness. So the entire day is spent searching for their friends. Now, this yes, it's going to take up a bit of time, but they felt they couldn't not do this. They couldn't just. They're going to go on to Weathertop and then they're going to head towards Fangorn, obviously. But the most immediate problem: where are his friends? And so searching the tracks, and I made several rolls. Bucky's not a ranger by any stretch of the imagination here, but he did get some good rolls. He was able to find the tracks and see that they ended, and there were obvious signs of a struggle. So some sort of confrontation of sorts, and then nothing, no sign whatsoever. Now this is hugely odd. It's just so bizarre. Without anything else to go on, Bucky suggests, and it's getting towards night now. The light is going. Look, my friend, I want to find your companions as much as you do because it's just so strange. But we need to head on towards our goal. We need to look out for ourselves now and further both our quests, really. Yes, you're right. You're right. Okay. And so Bungo reluctantly agrees. Okay, so they leave Bree behind them. It's night. What's the weather actually overnight? I don't know. What's the weather going to be? I'm going to go with my Scarlet Heroes doodad here. What's the weather like? 2d4. So as they leave Bree, we've got an 8, a blinding deluge. Okay, so rain starts hammering down. Young my goodness, so they're pulling their cloaks over them. I want to go back home to my hobbit hole. You can't give up now, Master Bungo. The same fate may await us 10 miles hence. Who knows? We've got to get to the bottom of this, and the only way I can see is by pressing forward. So they're trudging through. There's like wet mud, and they go on. Now this is the point where I want to roll against the chaos factor. Chaos factor is 6. Yes, so we get an altered scene. Right. So my event meaning table. So we get, what do we get? So we get 22. Befriend. Befriend what? 100. Befriend change. Okay, so well I take that to mean simply it's nothing big. Befriend change. Bungo really, he just becomes talking with Bucky. They talk. Like, look, we really, the only way is to get to the bottom of this mystery of ours. I need to sort out my friend, his curse. I need to confront this necromancer. It may also get me away into the knighthood, the Knights of Dol Amroth. And you, Master Bungo, you need to find your friends and get to the bottom of the mysterious disappearance of the dwarves. And perhaps we may meet a wizard on our travels. I really wish to meet a wizard. A wizard would help immensely. Anyway, so they talk, but and Bungo is like, yes, you're right. Oh, curse this weather. They walk on through the night. I don't think there's going to be any interruptions during the course of that night. It's close to Bree. I think very unlikely. 43. Very unlikely. No, there is an interruption. What sort of interruption is there? Now, we've already done the scene one, but what sort of interruption is there? I wouldn't have thought there would have been anything. But nevertheless, we have 46 to develop. Develop 44. Develop prison. Develop prison. Okay, I know what this is going to be. Okay, this is simple. This is a case of the deluge is just hammering down, raining upon them, and the mud is just caking up on them. And poor Bungo, he's trying to get through the mud. He's like, Bucky, I cannot go on. This is the mud is just too great. Bucky looks at him. Very well, we will seek shelter. Now, do they find shelter in the form of rocks, caves, what have you? I don't think I need to go over that. I think there's a fairly, along the way there's a little cave entrance, one that Bucky's used many times in his travels. I know of a small cave which may give us small shelter from this awful weather. It's just up ahead. It shouldn't be too far now. And they make their way there. Now I think this is going to give them a couple, well, more than a couple actually. Don't know where my own, there we go. More than a couple of rights, so more than a couple, it gives them three marks, 3 boxes of weariness. They are very weary. They're at a -2 now for any physical activity. So they finally get up ahead. There, I see it. Oh yes, good. And Bill's struggling now, but he gets in. There's some trees next to it as well, which is kind of helpful. They can tie Bill to the tree, and there's enough gap for Bill to just go over into the cave entrance and get a slight bit of shelter too. So they huddle down. It's far too wet to make a fire or anything, so they just huddle down and they talk some more. And they tell one another, about themselves. So Bucky explains to Bungo how he's always wanted to be a Knight of Dol Amroth, and how one day he hopes to achieve that goal. This nobleman that's taught him how to fight and use a sword gave him his first sword, the sword he carries now. And the longbow he purchased with his own money, working hard in the local blacksmith, just to earn a bit of coin. So he's got a longbow, and he talks about that. He says, tomorrow we will probably eat well. I will hunt for us. I mean, rations are all very well, but and soon as this leaves off, I'm going to change my clothes. I'm going to get he's got a fresh set of clothes in his pack. Well, not a complete set. I mean, his boots are still, there. Bungo looks through the packs on Bill. He finds some dwarf clothes, which he tries on. They're huge. There's like some garments there. But he's got something which is a little drier than what he's got. And that's it. So they spend the night there. The next morning, does the weather change the next morning? I have no idea. 50-50, 82. No, it's still raining. I'm shocked at that. Right, okay. So it's still raining, but it's bright. Obviously no sun, but it's morning. I will use my DMness, my omnipotent powers. The rain is going to ease down. It's still raining, but it's a light rain now. So no fate chart. It's going to be a light rain now. Actually, they build a fire at the back of this cave. There's a place. Is there a place? Travelers would have places like this, and they have places where they put dry wood and stuff for when they stop off. A bit like a hunter's cabin kind of thing. It's just one of those things they have. So, is there any dry wood in the back? I'm saying it's somewhat likely. 71. Yes, there is. Not a lot, but enough to make a small fire. They can make a cup of tea or what have you. and they're shivering there. Ooh, they're having their tea. We must make tracks soon, Master Bungo. We must head on, weather or no weather. Okay, you're right, of course. So they pack up their things and they, untie Bill, who's shaking himself off, and they head on back out into the rain. It's a light rain now. By this time, I'll say it's just a misty rain. And as they head on into the day, it does become brighter. I'm wanting them to have a nicer day. Is that such a bad thing? No. Anyway, they are going. They are going. Now, does anything happen whilst they are heading out? Yes. What? Harm. Element. Oh, harm elements. Ooh. Okay. They look up in the sky. Bungo says, "What is that? Is that black cloud?" "I don't know, but it's moving fast and against the wind." See what I did there? I had to do that. I just had to do that. "We must take cover. Quick, Master Bungo, follow me, quick, into the trees." So they dash into the trees as best they can. Their backs against the big trees there, the bark of the woods pressing into their backs. What is it? What is it? Bill's just there under the trees, and this dark cloud covers all of them. It's like it becomes night in a matter of seconds. Okay, everything is pitch black, and all sound of life, sound of wildlife just dies down. Nothing. What is it, Bucky? I don't know, but I feel fear. I sense it is bad, but I don't know what it is. Is it going to get us? I do not know. Just wait. Be calm. Now, how long does this go on for? If it's moving fast against the wind, not long. So it wouldn't take that long. Okay, so gradually the darkness recedes, and the sun appears again. Birds start singing again. The sounds of wildlife appear once again. The sound of crickets, all that good stuff. What was that? I do not know, but it does not bode well. Let's head on to Weathertop. Come on, my friend, let's go. So they head on out. Now they leave the cover of the woods. They're into more open areas now, like plains and what have you. There's no path anymore. It's kind of like, it's almost like trudging through fields. They walk until midday. They stop. "Let us make camp. I am going to go and hunt for some rabbits," which he knows is in this area. Now, Bucky. Hunting. Right. So, first of all, he's got to spot them, which he does. He sees a group of rabbits quite near to him, actually. So he gets one of his arrows out, notches it to his longbow, and from where he stands, he just pulls the bow back and lets it go. It kills one rabbit instantly, and of course all the others scatter. But he jogs up, picks up the arrow with the rabbit on it. "Here, we eat well today. No rations for us. Come, get some firewood going. This will keep us going. So they get another. They find fire. It's sodden because of the rain the previous night. But are they actually? Is he able to get a fire going? What's his survival skill? Oh, he's got a +2. Yeah, I don't even need to roll for that. So it's spitting and it's not brilliant, but it does get going eventually. And every time he puts a new little bit of wood on, it smokes a lot. But the fire does go. He is able to skin and cook the rabbit. Bungo helps him in that because he's well versed in cooking as well. So they just stick it on like skewers and they eat the bits of meat off of the skewer. And as soon as that's done, they head on their way. Now ahead is not a mountain range but a hill range, and they said just beyond those hills we will find Weathertop, my friend. That will be our first refuge. From there we can climb Weathertop and look for many miles, many leagues. We can see what is going on. Okay, so it's going to take them, look at travel, actually, where my map, it's going to take them the rest of the day to get to the mountains. Okay, by the time they get there the light is starting to go, it's starting to get dark again. What's the weather like now? I'm taking it to chance again. Poor guys. What's the weather like for them? 3. Cloudy, but no rain. Okay, so the sun's gone, but it's cloudy. So it's quite dark now. And he goes, there! Do you see it? Wait, what is going on? In the distance, they see Weathertop, okay? But, now this is something that was rolled for off camera, so I don't need to roll for it now. They see flashes of lights appearing on the top of Weathertop. What is that? I do not know. I've never seen anything like this. It's almost like a pyrotechnics display, like as if Gandalf had appeared and was doing his fireworks or whatever. But flashes of lights appearing and disappearing, and not different colours as such, more like different shades, like as if the light had a filter on. So one is a white light, one has got like a darker, like a filter on. I can't describe it. So it's still light, but as if you're looking through, I don't know, darkened perspex or something like. But it's appearing all the time. What? Should we be heading towards that? Bucky looks at Bill, who is in a frenzy at this point. Bill does not want to go on. I think it's time we let Bill go his own way. What? What could? But we don't know what could happen to him. Master Bungo, he knows the way home. So they take off what packs they can from Bill and got rations, so they just shoulder it onto their own backs. We must find out what is going on. Bill runs off. He's happy to go. He's gone now, so Bill has gone. Bucky and Bungo shoulder their packs and trudge onwards towards Weathertop and towards these flashing lights. They won't get to the base of Weathertop until morning anyway, and that's where we'll leave it actually. They get to the base of Weathertop just as the glow of the dawn is coming up. It would appear that the lights in the sky, the flashing lights from the night, have gone. There is sound of wildlife, so that's all normal. A bit of a wind, almost like a sort of ghost towny wind that you get, and that is where we're going to leave it. They have yet to climb Weathertop, so we're at the base of Weathertop. I'm going to have the chaos factor go back down to 5 because, you know, nothing happened out of control there. It was a fairly controlled session, and I wanted to get the guys to Weathertop so that we can see, you know, what we can see, and according to what I've rolled off camera, hopefully get the next important part of the story underway. So that's where we leave it. Bucky and Bungo are at the base of Weathertop. They've bravely gone towards the lights, but they felt drawn towards them, if that makes any sense. There was no sounds that they could hear, just the flashing lights. So they've gone to see what they can see. I guess at this stage they feel, well, I want to know what's going on one way or another. So that's what they've done. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Like I say, I don't know when these are going to come out, but this is episode whatever it was we're on now. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with the way things are going, but I have a feeling things are going to start to get out of control in the very near future. So join me next time when we find out what's going on at Weathertop on the next episode of the Dwarves of Fangorn. Bye for now.